Just first off, Dylan, how have things been since you returned from your loan spell?
Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed being back. I had a successful loan spell at Arbroath at the start of the season, which I gained a lot of experience from, and I've came back into a strong group this season who are doing well in the league. So yeah, I'm happy being back.
And you spoke about the experience there. How else did the loan spell help you?
Obviously, last season I came off the back of an injury, which wasn't ideal. So I got the chance to go out and prove that I'm still fit and ready to play. I thought I did that. Left Arbroath and they were flying. So yeah, it's done a lot for me, both in my fitness and confidence. So.
And
Yeah.
was the manager impressed with your time there as well? You know, playing obviously at, like you were saying, at a good level.
Yeah, he said I'd done well, but obviously he's kept me grounded. I've came back trying to fight for a place in the team. Obviously we've got a strong back line. With one of our centre halves playing right wing back, that's how hard it is to kind of get in the team at the moment. With the amount of centre halves we have, but yeah, just when a chance comes, hopefully I can take it.
And obviously you recently made your debut for the under-21s. What was that like?
Yeah, it was good. If I'm honest, I was kind of looking at the 19 squad, thinking I might be called up there, but when it came out, I was a bit disappointed. It's a surprise that I got called up to the 21s. Obviously, first half of the season I was playing because I hadn't played in a few months. I was thinking maybe I wouldn't be in the team, but it was a nice surprise and it was a good experience going out with them.
How has being involved with the Scotland setup helped with your development?
Yeah, massively. It's kind of in a way, boys go have their holiday break with their family, which sometimes maybe I'd like to do, but in another way you can have more football going out with your country, playing games in your national team, and kind of everyone wants to do that as a child, play for the national team and going through the youth stages. It's helped a lot with my confidence coming back to county, giving me that extra kind of boost that yeah, I can play at this good level. So yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying going through the ranks at Scotland.
Just on Aberdeen, then, what are you expecting from them?
Obviously, it was a tough game when they came up earlier in the season. We were on the wrong end of it, but I felt like that could have went either way. So hopefully we'll come out on the brighter side. But they'll be a gritty team who are wanting to kind of win battles in midfield. They've got that technical ability throughout their team. So I'm expecting a good game, but I feel like we can come out on top.
You were mentioning about how it's very competitive for places at the minute. Do you think you're going to enjoy that challenge going into a busy spell of the season where the team might kind of rotate?
Yeah, it's important to have obviously some backup. We've got me and Will who are kind of biting to get in the team, but obviously, as I said, it's a strong back line and you need those kind of players to be ready and step up if they're needed. So I'm ready whenever I'm called upon.
Good stuff, that's all from me. Thanks.
Perfect.
You mentioned, sorry, Charles.
Just one or two for me.
Yeah.
We're getting towards the stage where it's running time. Is the temperature in the dressing room beginning to rise a little bit, or is everybody still remaining quite calm?
Yeah, we're all calm. I think we know it's in our hands, the games. All we can focus on is going out there and winning 3 points every game. So we'll take it game by game, but I feel like we all know in the dressing room that on our day we can beat anyone.
Where do you reckon those counties sit? Now top six is looking a bit unlikely. Are you looking on yourselves as relatively safe from the teams chasing you?
I think we're still looking up the table. Obviously, as you said, top six it's still there for us, but all we can do is win our 2 games, and then it's kind of down to other results, which isn't ideal, but we can still win those 2 games, and I still feel like we're looking up the table, whether it be finish the top of the bottom 6. I don't feel like we're looking down at the moment.
That's grand, thank you very much.
You mentioned obviously last season was a difficult one for you just with the period on the sidelines, but was it reassuring and with that in mind that you were still on the radar of the international setup when the recent call-up came around? Yeah,
I think I've done well enough with my appearances when I was playing for the 19s. I've developed a good relationship with the manager and the team there, so I feel like the core was still kind of there, the team. So when I got the call up there, I was really happy to go back into it, and again that raised my confidence coming back from injury.
Just how much of a kind of step up or a difference did you notice, jumping up from the 19s to the 21s in and around the camp? Yeah,
obviously most of the boys in the 21s are playing at a good level. Most playing championship and starting. You got the odd that are coming off the bench and the Premiership, and obviously in academies in England as well. So it's a really good standard, and I'm really enjoying the kind of competitive feel of the 21s.
Just to recap, was there a wee gap between you, first of all, seeing you weren't in the 19s and then learning you were in the 21s? What was the kind of timescale on that?
Yeah, to be honest, since I hadn't played for a few months, I kind of thought maybe I'd be in the 19s again. When I seen I wasn't, I was a bit disappointed, but it was a nice surprise, if I'm honest, to be called up to the 21s.
Was it totally unexpected, or did you have any inkling that could happen?
Well, when the 19 squad came out and I wasn't in it, there was a glimmer of hope. Obviously, I got called up, so at the end of the day, it was all good news in the end. But yeah, it was mostly hope.
Knowing that you're well thought of within the Scotland setup must give you a lot of sort of inner confidence, to keep pushing at Ross County, trying to make the breakthrough.
Yeah, I think I've been trusted throughout every coach in the Scotland setup through 17s, 19s, and 21s. So I feel like I've had the backing of all the gaffers I've been played under in Scotland. So yeah.
We've obviously talked a few times over the last couple of months about the group of young guys here coming through together. With your experience with Scotland, are you surprised maybe some of the others haven't had call-ups as well?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you've seen George get on the pitch a couple of times now, and he's done very well. If I'm honest, I maybe thought he might have been called up to the 21s. Bit of uncertainty with his nation, isn't there? He says he's English, he says he's part African. I think he's Scottish, so I don't really know. But yeah, maybe he could have got called up to the 21s. But yeah, he's performing enough in the Premiership that I reckon he could get a call-up soon.
Is it part of your job to try and persuade him to stick to Scotland?
Aye, I'm trying to.
Obviously, in your loan spell with Arbroath, you were playing with Keith Watson, who was here with you at County as well. How much of a help has he been in your career and your development?
Yeah, massively. Most games I played when I was 16 was next to him. It was kind of a feeling of comfort when I went to Arbroath, knowing he was there, and started the majority of my games at Arbroath with him next to me. So yeah, it was really easy to kind of settle in there and play next to him again.
Obviously, it's quite a young group of centre halves that are here at County just now, but is there any of those who are kind of stepping up as leaders and kind of mentoring you?
Yeah, I think they're all leaders, to be fair. I think in training they all kind of take me aside and I'll go up to them. I feel confident enough to ask them for advice, and they feel that they can give me advice as well. So even though they're young, I think they're all like natural leaders. Yeah.
We don't have derbies obviously at the moment. Is the Aberdeen game the closest it comes at the moment? Is there a wee bit extra to those games?
Maybe, yeah. I've got a couple of my family that are Aberdeen fans and a couple that are County fans, so yeah, maybe there's a bit of a feeling there. Obviously we'll be concentrated just trying to get 3 points out of that game.
How are you finding the challenge of trying to break into the first team at the minute? Because I guess it's a different situation for you, maybe a little more expectation, being a bit older, but then having had injuries, the loans, it's a new challenge for you, I guess.
Yeah, obviously when I was younger, we had a lot of injuries in centre half, so there wasn't really that competition. When players came back, there was, and I felt I dealt with that and still got in the team sometimes. Now it's coming back off of a loan spell, and there's 3-4 centre halves. Obviously, they're all playing outstandingly well. Which one's getting moved to right wing back now, so it's kind of hard to break into the team. But yeah, they're all top players, and if a chance falls to me, I'll be ready to take it.
Are you approaching it any differently than maybe you were a couple of years ago when you first broke into the scene?
I'm just trying to do as much as I can on the training pitch, doing extras, coming in earlier, leaving last. It's all I can really do, and then if I get that chance on the pitch, then I've got to take it.